Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Random Encounters. This week's
Hello.
this week's edition. I'm Guard.
Yes,
That's
I'm
Tor.
Tour.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
him. Yep, that's us.
Yes.
Yes, we're gonna try something slightly different. It's an evolution of what we've been doing.
Yeah.
So today the plan is, it's sort of like a follow the leader in a way. We have a lot. I mean, a lot of illustrations to do, and we need to, switch it up every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we do like making games and playing and all that stuff. So we've sort of gamified this a little bit. We are going to separate our workload slightly. Toot here is going to do some sketches. He's gonna
I'll
use
try.
yeah. He's gonna try to like have some thoughts about what this next encounter that we're gonna illustrate is gonna be. He's gonna do some rough sketches, and I'm gonna basically just use his sketches, his ideas, more or less like directly, and interpret it into what we're gonna use for the final illustration. And we're gonna do
Yes.
this in a shared um, shared
Split
screen.
screen.
Yeah, split screen, like old school gaming type of thing. And let's see. I mean, we have a lot of goddamn encounters. I mean, just look at this. There's like 30.
30.
Yeah, there's 30 left.
Yeah.
I mean, and some of these are not final in any way.
No.
No. Some of these are just placeholder names for general ideas.
Yes.
And so the thought right now is that we're just gonna basically pick a number out of a hat, more or less, and see what it is. Tur, since you don't normally do this, I'm gonna say that you can feel free to say no, you want another number or something like that.
Sure. Sure.
Okay, so let's just roll for it and see what it is. So
Roll Tide.
yeah. Wheel of Insanity. Turn, turn, turn. Tell us the lesson that we shan't learn. Number 3.
Number 3. Sean Dork.
Sean Dork.
Yes.
Do you
Okay.
feel comfortable with Sean Dork?
I feel comfortable with Sean Dork.
Yeah, Sean Dork is one of our oldest encounters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I even have a pose for that one.
Oh, you even have a post for that one. Well, okay. In that case, let's just go straight to the split screen and see how this is gonna turn out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
People will learn why I'm not the. What is? Oh no. Okay. Does it work now?
I don't know.
Cause.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh, there it went again.
Okay. So if I do this, does it work then? Are you seeing it? Because now I don't dare do anything else.
Why don't you just open Paint just regularly?
I'm on Paint.
Oh, you're on Paint?
Yeah. It's my.
Oh yeah, there it is. There it went again. Okay, that's weird. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This is interesting.
We are having problems.
We're always having problems. I mean, that's normal.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Let's try. Sean Dork is started out as a wordplay on Jeanne d'Arc.
Yep.
Now, of course, this is not Jeanne d'Arc. It is Sean the Orc. Sean Dork.
Sean Dork. Yes.
Yes. But I think we should maybe keep some of the elements there.
Well, that makes
So
sense.
I am thinking, trying to find where my brush is. There it is. Trying to think of a pose for Sean Dork. So I'm drawing with a mouse.
I am
Uh,
not. I mean, Tor has every disadvantage ever right here,
every.
which makes this just way more interesting in my book, really.
Yeah.
Um,
So let's start with like putting a head.
that is a fine head. That's even
There we
finer
go.
head.
Uh, and this, like, is it an orc?
This is the thing. I myself, I've sketched quite a few versions of Sean Dork, and I can't quite come to terms with what they are.
Like, what?
I mean, she, they. I mean, I'm feeling it's a she.
I'm feeling a she too.
Yeah. I'm feeling that they could be an orc. I mean, it might feel little bit derivative, but
Eh,
I don't really have any problems with being derivative. I mean, we're making a fantasy game,
eh.
for fuck's sake.
But I have an idea about it though, where it's not that important. Do you remember the name of the Australian outlaw?
Yes.
The big Australian outlaw.
Oh crap.
Uh,
Uh. Ah.
Anyways, the point is, this person is going to wear boilerplate armor.
Okay.
If think of Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But a bit more. So we have the head here, but it's gonna be covered by a bucket helmet.
Okay, so we're going for a full-on bucket helmet. Are we thinking this like say 13th century Crusader bucket helmet, or are we talking more like a helmet that someone's made into a bucket? Oh no, wait, other way around.
A
Bucket.
metal bucket that someone has made into a helmet.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So we're just gonna
Uh,
go metal bucket. Cool.
we're gonna have the boilerplate armor. People will understand why John and Gard are the people who do art here.
I don't know. I'm all for you being the lead artist on a project.
Ah, I can sketch stuff there. Like we now have this is basically just a thick layer of metal.
Right. What kind of physique are we looking at here? Lithe, heavy.
I'm thinking of kind of heavy.
Kind of heavy. So like heavy
Because
fit.
yeah, because usually when you look at Western fantasy and stuff, all the women that are there and are heroic look like Red Sonja.
Yeah.
Yeah, and nothing wrong about Red Sonja. Like, it's a great character, but we do need some differences. We do need some differences.
Right.
And then we got pants, but we want this one to go a bit out because I want there to be like this heroic pose.
Okay, so like left foot,
Knee
left foot forward kind of thing.
on a rock.
Oh, right.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And then like shoes or boots. thinking maybe actually those can be kind of like the punk goth buckled boots.
Right.
For this to be made by Mouse on Paint, it's not actually that bad.
It is not. No. I mean, I actually like your technique there. I mean, you're not going for straight long lines. You're constantly making those little adjustments to your line so that you
Yeah,
keep a certain level of
it gives me a possibility to fix stuff on the fly.
yeah, you regain control by doing it that way.
Yeah. Now comes the difficult part, cause now we have like the general body type. Oops. This has to be like bit like this person has breasts.
Yeah, but it's gonna
So
be all of that's gonna be behind the boilerplate though. So
yeah, but the boilerplate has to be at least a tiny bit shaped after the body for
yeah,
a.
so if we're going by that, then I mean we're obviously gonna avoid boob armor.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But essentially most
It's
what's it called?
basically
It's
like
called a
this.
cuirass. Is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
most cuirasses from like the 14th, 15th century and onwards,
Mm,
they had a specific shape that was very conical and would easily like hold any kind of figure because there was a lot of space inside the armor, so there wouldn't be direct contact between the outer shell of the armor and the body inside of it. And
yeah.
any of those shapes would actually work very well um, for for a female physique.
Mm, okay, that's good. Like this.
I mean, according to modern standards, medieval armor is probably more feminine than masculine in shape
Yeah.
because you also had you had the wasp waists, so you kind of like went in at the waist, so you kind of got that natural hourglass shape to the body just from wearing the armor.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the weight of the cuirass actually rested on your hips. Um, but you know, if you see fantasy dudes wearing armor today, then you'll have the more classical modern approach to masculinity, which is like broad shoulders and narrow hips,
Mm.
make him very top heavy. But that's not how he was.
Nah.
So okay,
Um.
so she's holding her sword, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like.
and she's
This is the Jeanne d'Arc
and she
plan.
and she's a southpaw. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that would be fun. Just a simple sword like that. But here's the other part, and this is the difficult part for me,
Okay.
cause as the Australian outlaw that I'm thinking, what's his name? Like, it's not John Brown. John Brown was the dude who went and raised hell in the southern states of America during the slave uprisings, just before the Civil War. I cannot remember. Anyways, so we got the shoulder here with the arm pointing forwards. So I'm gonna need to
Yeah, so she's gonna be holding a shield.
No,
No.
not a shield. A flintlock.
Oh, so she is actually, she's gonna be pointing a flintlock, like, sort of past the viewer's head. Is that kind of what you're going for?
Yeah.
Okay, and like I'm gonna try to transpose her body
Like,
slightly to the... Yeah, that is a challenge.
Well, there. I actually think there, and where is it? There it is. I keep losing my cursor because it's so fine on the screen here.
Oh, right, yeah.
We're gonna have. So basically, I'm turning her into a armored highway person in many ways.
Armored swashbuckler in a way.
Yeah. So I think this is kind of like the pose. The right arm is not that good. I'll admit, but
Well, that's mostly fine. Yeah. No, it's my job to kind of like try to just get it in there in a way. Sort of like lock it in.
Maybe give the sword a bit more of a like large machete look too. But yeah, like that's kind of the idea.
Okay, so let's see if I can catch up with you then. So a sort of a machete look, so a single-edged.
Yeah, single-edged chopper.
Yeah. So we're totally going for the orc vibe.
Yeah.
So that would mean
like,
that whatever details would be on this person would be kind of rough.
Yeah. I put the sword the wrong way, actually. I just noticed.
It's either that, or if it's one of those like a sax.
Yeah.
Like a sax blade.
Yeah.
Then it would be yeah, then it would be like that, because then it would be like a lopsided edge, but the short edge is the sharp one. I think. No, it's the other way around. That's a falcata.
Yes.
That's a falcata. That's what that is.
Like, give it some different kind of feels to it. And I've always also liked the more unusual sword styles.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, I used to be a huge sword nerd. Nah, that's wrong. that would say that I know a lot about swords. I don't. No, sword geek, I suppose. I was geeking out about
Uh,
swords when I was younger because
yeah,
I really just love I love the thought and feel and elegance of a sword, but I cannot
yeah,
actually use one,
yeah,
and nor do I know a lot about them. But I do enjoy see things I'm not familiar with,
mm,
and I quite like the falcata because it's a sword. It's a very cool, curved, and weird sword, and it is also supposed to be a mixture between an axe and a sword.
yeah. And it is very upfront about what kind of usage it has.
Choppy chop chop with a little bit of
Yes,
stabby stab.
yeah,
Also, I don't know. Yeah. Also, it's curved outwards like that. I don't think it's a good cavalry sword, but it's definitely like
yeah.
more for infantry.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's why I'm not putting her on a horse or a bike or anything like
I'm very happy about that.
that. I, I had this idea of with a bucket helmet, kind of turn it showing the inspiration of the name. Uh, like yeah, the French army at the time. I don't think they used the bucket helmet for their knights, uh, but it gives the like crusading idea. And Jeanne d'Arc was supposedly a soldier of God.
Yeah, this is like the she was
Like,
in
oh,
100-Year War, wasn't she?
yeah,
Yeah,
the Hundred Years' War.
yeah.
And yeah, she was a soldier of God. But also, but I want because of the world we have created, they don't really exist anymore.
Well, at least not
And
in the same sense. And also, this is they're kind of extreme in many
yeah,
ways. Uh, I mean, just look at the mother,
the
the mother.
plum.
No, the mother infernal.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean that's a full-on lich thing right there, and that's a uh, high positioned clergy person
Yeah.
potentially, or maybe just straight up a demon. We don't actually know. Uh, but that's definitely not like human. And I guess that the church in this setting have definitely had to make some really hard choices.
Yeah. Yeah. They did. They had to. Uh, Large swathes of Northern Europe and the Isles have fallen away from them. Um,
Yeah, Rome is no longer a thing.
Not in the same way.
It's not like the Vatican is not really a place for the church in Rome in this setting.
No, I would guess that the weakening of the Catholic Church would have brought a brought them back into the Pentarchy.
Yeah, I think I think we more or less placed like a place of Christian power in the southeast of Spain.
Southeast of Spain. I would also, if I can't remember if the Seljuk-Turk invasion that created the Ottoman Empire went through. Because if so, it's like the southern bits of Spain. So I don't know Iberia, South France, the Occitan areas there, and some parts of Central Europe. The southern Central European parts. But yeah, this is more of a what they call a protagonist in Warhammer Fantasy RPG.
Yeah, this is someone who's like using the religious fervor to further their own agendas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess Sean the Orcs.
Ooh, that's a nice pose you made there.
Oh, working off what you giving me, man. Sean the Orcs. General cause is I don't know, the liberation of her people or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. The liberation of the Orcish people in the German. No, not the German. The northern Lorraine.
Well, she is Frankian. Uh,
Yeah, northern Lorraine.
yeah, that much it has to be true.
Yeah.
I wonder where the orcs came from.
Luxembourg.
Quick answer is quick. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it is a bucket, but it is a modified bucket.
Yes, and it's made of iron or steel.
Yeah, like classic metal bucket. And she has carved into it eye holes.
Yep. Can eye holes and like breathing holes.
Yeah, so she's got that slit just going down there.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna just continue interpreting what you've done here. So I'm just gonna make this one continuous hole.
Yeah, sure.
Like
What was his name? This is gonna bother me for a while. If I
it's gonna bother you for more or less exactly 3 hours.
if I can't finagle it out of my head before that.
Ah, finagle, that's a good word. So let's give her. Okay, so.
It was a it was an Australian. He was like a bushman
Mm-hmm.
that got in trouble with the law. And he kind of when he ended up in that last like big shootout with the Australian law enforcement, he basically armored himself up I don't remember if he used that type of armor in when he was doing his outlaw things. I took a lot of the inspiration of the armor type from that. Yeah, it's gonna bother me for about 3 hours.
Yeah, that's just gonna be how it is.
But I don't want it to be like a proper curious though. I kind of want it to be like a boilerplate, like you know, a water boiler, like these big um, like metal barrels almost of uh, the for water and stuff to heat water.
Mm.
It's basically made out of that.
Okay, so if we just go by a cylinder to begin with.
Yeah. And the pants are just pants. They are not armored.
So no armor bits.
Uh, maybe knee pads.
So let's see here. We're gonna put on. So say that it's been just cut a little bit to give some more practical shape to a body.
Yeah.
And then it has a seam running on the side. Gonna put in some rivets.
Yeah.
And it's also gonna have rivets going across like this.
Yeah, that's really good.
And let's see. She's gonna have some just straps going across the shoulders. But she is also gonna have something over her shoulders, so we're just gonna take like some scrap metal from the plate. Maybe we'll even segment this even more so that it's been put together by even more pieces originally. Let's see, just give her, okay, her arm is going like this. This is the bottom of her arm. Good sized bicep. So let's say that the
a problem I also have in modern day fantasy is like if you look at let's say World of Warcraft, for example.
I know
Biggest,
exactly where you're going with this.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have the orc men there. They're like big, stocky, green murder machines, right?
Yeah.
And then you make a female orc character and skinny, sensual woman. Why can't she be like big and stocky as well?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, I'm gonna have to admit also that is like there's two types of women I really like in World of Warcraft, and that is dwarf women and orc women. Because they don't look like they'd break. In fact, they would
No,
probably break you. And I don't know why I'm
good.
kind of into that. So, yeah. So it was like, no, both of those they make me gnaw on my knuckles just slightly. But
uh,
definitely there is some sort of weird, uh, what is it, like dissociation or something like that between the genders.
Sexual dissociation.
Yeah, it is like it is dyspore or something, but it's there's something a bit off there, definitely. And
Yeah,
also, you say what were the words you used to describe the males?
big, stocky murder creatures.
Big, yeah, big, stocky, yeah, and also they're hunched.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's only like recently that orc males, females never had this issue to begin with, but orc males can now be actually risen. You know, they can stand up properly,
Oh,
be tall.
they went to chiropractor.
Yeah, it was a war. Yeah, it was a war. They all went up against some demons, and they came out with straight backs.
Huh.
uh, I think it's that classic. Well, they're now elevated. Um,
Yeah, because they were servants of the demons in the Warcraft universe.
yeah, they were definitely changed. I mean, that's why they're green.
Yeah, and if they drank the blood of a demon, they turned red.
Yeah, it's like it's the fell basically.
Yeah,
Um, Man, I miss that game sometimes.
I miss the RTSs.
I don't miss them anymore because I tried playing them again and it was painful. Oh man,
It was difficult to make sure that you played it for long enough to feel that you got your money's worth.
it was difficult, and I mean, I went for that the remake that they did of Warcraft 3.
That one got butchered.
Yeah, for good fucking reason. I mean, it was the exact same game. It was not a remake. It was not a remaster. It was just
Uh,
it's this exact same game. Now you can play it on modern computers. It was like nothing done to it. I mean, they could have
I can
they could
play
have
the old one.
yeah, but it's like you're kind of missing some things that could have been done. I mean,
Yeah,
when you're going for a remake of something, I mean, what you're really after is like an
one or two new
improvement.
features.
Yeah, it's like, it's we're in a new age. Things have
Yeah.
progressed. Computers can do more.
Yeah,
Uh,
but like I can play the old version by installing DOSBox.
yeah, pretty much. Also, if you did that, I mean, there was no like the multiplayer support that used to be. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that entire community that had basically like crafted this entire thing. I mean, all
The
of
reason why
Dota,
Dota
yeah, all
exists.
of Dota came out of that thing. I mean, all of that was just wiped.
uh,
I was like, really? It's not even close to being practical. So yeah, no.
uh,
Okay, let's see. So she's got the boilerplate thing happening
Yeah.
here, more or less.
I feel like her arms might not be buff enough.
That is an easy remedy. So
Yeah.
we'll work on some more bulk here. And let's see, take it down here. Give her some.
Yeah, that's better. Like
This lady could break anyone.
yeah. Like I don't want her to have Wonder Woman physique. I want her to have bodybuilder. No, not bodybuilder, but strong woman physique.
Yeah, we've entered into this area before, and I also want Wonder Woman to have that kind of physique.
Yeah, because she's supposed to have.
I mean, she's a goddamn Amazon.
Yeah.
A regular guy should look at her and feel inadequate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the entire goddamn point. Is like, yeah, there's no question about it. She's gonna destroy you in every single way.
Yeah, I saw a crossover comic panel, like fan art. I don't remember if it was earlier today or if it was yesterday, but it was Wonder Woman and Lara Croft, where you had Wonder Woman just lifting up the doorway for Lara Croft. And that was buff Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it's Christ. She's the epitome of woman.
Yeah.
She is the woman that absolutely never should even have a question about needing a man. You know, it's like
No.
absolutely
Forget Chris Pine.
Forget them. Forget them all. I mean, I don't care if she had a girlfriend in those movies. I mean, he might as well have been without him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, going into seclusion and pining for a guy for Chris Pine, huh? I guess.
For 40 years.
Yeah, it's no.
No. What was it, the first, or was it? It was the First World War.
It was the First World War, yeah. So it was 60 years.
Yeah.
60 plus years.
Come on.
I mean, I know she lives a long time, and she probably deals with shit in a different kind of way than we do, but I just don't buy it.
No.
I mean, she did say in the first movie, it's like, yeah, guys were needed for procreation, but not for pleasure. And, you know, and he was probably her first love, but...
Yeah.
Like, come on. No.
Not saying that Wonder Woman can't have feelings.
Of course she can have feelings, but I also imagine that she would be goddamn rational.
Yeah.
I mean...
I don't know. Her father is Zeus.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It's like
That's
one
true.
of the worst fathers to have.
That is unfortunately very true.
Yeah. But still, we love Wonder Woman.
Yeah, we do. We wish her the best.
Yes.
We don't think that she's been done right.
No. And
I mean, absolutely nothing against Gal Gadot.
there's a couple of things.
Well, I don't have anything bad to say about her in the grand scheme of things. I mean, yes, Israeli and all the things associated with that, but you know, she can't fight. She can actually fight. I mean,
yeah.
She's
not just actor.
She's not just a supermodel, you know. And she did a very good portrayal.
Yeah.
Just, I still feel that, you know, whatever was going to be made of Wonder Woman is a little bit too commonly accepted to be accurate.
Mm. And nothing against Chris Pine either. He was really funny in the D&D movie.
Yes, he was, and I always liked this Captain Kirk, to be honest.
Yeah, he was a good Captain Kirk.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna need some more. I mean, yeah, you were talking
Yeah.
about the boots.
Yes, the boots. Let me clear. Can I do it this way?
You can just keep on drawing things around there. I
Uh,
mean, just little details. Don't clear it away.
Oh, okay. Sure. Let's see. Get the brush. I was thinking of
It makes a
like,
nice it makes a nicer visual if it's slightly messy over there.
yeah, like like this. Let's put it sideways. I'm thinking the straps here, and then got the buckle, belts and buckles. Like you know, like the kind of goth / punk boots.
Yeah.
I feel those are those are cool for the kind of feel we're going for here. I like we are calling the game genre or like the theme of our game for Norse punk.
Yeah.
So we need to get not only the punk social commentary.
Now we need
there.
some of the look in there as well.
We need some of that punk look in there as well. Yes.
Right. So let's see. This would be mid calf. Nah, just below the knee high, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so like that, and more or less just gonna go by Jedi boots at this point. So let's see here. We're gonna go do that.
Cause yeah, we
and
as much
straps going all the way around.
Yes.
So 3 straps.
As much as I've talked about that we need to find a way to get some kind of social commentary into the game for it to be a kind of Norse punk thing. John is right that we have to also think about the punk aesthetics.
Yeah, we do.
The visual punk aesthetics.
Yes.
Which I am not that good with. I am. I'm better at the social commentary thing.
Well, you're a writer.
Mm.
I think that would go with the territory. I think. I mean, yes, you're good with the context.
That and my constant criticism that steampunk shouldn't call itself punk because it's only about cogs and shit. It's probably not. It's probably me who hasn't read enough of it, but it kind of feels that all the people who are interested in it are only interested in it because of the brass and cogs and silly like retro futuristic Victorian era style.
I kind of like Fable, the Fable games.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah, and I really like Fable 3.
Yeah.
I have unfortunately never gotten to play Fable 2 because I've never had an Xbox.
Uh,
But in Fable 3, you are essentially like the princeling and whatever, and you have to go out, become a hero, and try to save the country and everything. But the
yeah.
entire world at that point is definitely in like the 1700s, early um, industrial revolution kind of stage.
Yeah.
And you know, early game you have to go around and you have to make promises to a whole bunch of people for like making social change and all that. But eventually, when you become king, you're gonna have to choose whether or not you're gonna break or uphold those promises.
Yeah.
Uh, and the world around you changes because of your what you decide to do. And a part of that is also like a slight look into classism,
Yeah.
and how seeing how there's like an industrial magnet who is trying to put you on a path for like basically just make more industry, and kind of sacrifice people's liberties in a little way to get there.
Yeah.
And it's being portrayed as like being very decadent, and definitely using like child labor, slave labor, all sorts of stuff. And I kind of like that because that is proper like steampunk in that way, because then it actually
That is.
illustrates something about the society that is not good.
Yes.
But usually I don't see much of that. No, I don't.
Yeah. Uh, I think one of the reasons, though, is kind of because where our society is now. Like, we live in a late stage capitalist society. Uh, no questions about that. And that means that most of the people who create entertainment for us, be that books, movies, games, whatever, are usually part of some kind of corporation.
Yes.
And there's a, like, how much do they want to criticize themselves? Because if you're gonna have any kind of, like, let's say, steampunk, diesel punk, nuclear punk, cyberpunk, whatever, what or whatever other kind of genre you want to tell your story in, how much do you want to criticize the system that you yourself is part of and benefit from, uh, when it comes to you making a living and selling your ideas and products to the masses? Um, so like that we get, let's take a game that we streamed a couple of episodes of here, Disco Elysium.
Mm.
One of my favorite games ever. I have played through it. I have played through it again. I still have the save from where we stopped. Like, that game is it has so much commentary of different things there, both of itself, what it stands for, and how it sees itself as being made in a post-Soviet Estonia. for example, in that game, our character went communist. Of course he did. But it's the type of communist that just runs around and yells slogans and shit. Like, it starts with that you have created 0.0000001% of communism. And a little bit of a spoiler, but it goes a bit further later where it says, no matter how much you've worked, you have still not increased the amount of communism in the world. Because you're just a drunk loser cop that has forgotten who they are and suddenly decided that they're a communist and runs around screaming shit about eat the rich, kill the bourgeoisie, first up against the wall when the revolution comes. You don't do any work towards creating a communist society. You're basically just a poser. And the main thing about that game is that, like, you're in this city of Revachol, or a small part of the city of Revachol, where 50 years ago there was this huge war or revolution, and the part of the city you're in, you still have bullet holes from that revolution. You still have clear wounds in the city and in the society that's in this area of the city from that war. You have two old men that sits and play, I think it's baccarat, in a artillery crater. You don't see any kids out playing. The kids you see are lost kids growing up without any good parental figures. Kuno, for example, the most memorable of them, is just a young 12-year-old high on speed throwing rocks at a lynched body because they lynched him where he hangs out. Like, it really gives a view of a society that is sick because of, after the revolution, you got the moderate liberals taking over, and they're not really focusing any work on the poor parts of the city because that's not where you make money.
Yeah.
And you get a, like, lost society.
Lost jilted generation.
And that is punk. If you want to, you can become a fascist, where every time you succeed a which skill was it? A self-control skill. You lose you take mental damage. If you become a liberal capitalist, you hire a homeless person to earn money for you, where he barely gets anything for it. Like, it's good commentary.
It is. I mean,
And
that's how you do anything that's fiction. I mean, you have to amp it up.
yeah, and
Make it obvious.
nobody gets off scot-free, no matter which side of the political spectrum you end up in. They're all made fun of because they all deserve to be made fun of. I need to finish it on stream someday.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, there. I'm thinking the pants where we see them, which is mostly around the knees, should be a bit looser.
Mm-hmm.
A bit more squarish.
So a little bit more flowy pants.
Yeah. There, yeah. There we go.
You should sketch that instead of telling me.
Okay, here's the pants. They're gonna be whoop, whoop, whoop. There. Super square. I didn't even think that you need to.
No, I don't need it. I don't need it, but I just think it would be nice for the stream. You know, it's like, oh look, it's yeah,
Oh
that's a
no,
sketch.
no, that's not what I meant. But that you need the cranks in the fabric.
The creases.
The creases, yes. But yeah, like. Oh, the coat has ruffles.
Fur. Has a furred hem.
Man.
And just because it's a bit threadbare everywhere, I'm thinking also that at least she should probably have a patch on one of her knees or something.
Yeah. Like here.
Really shitty stitching.
Yes. Just like I drew.
Yeah, perfect. Cool. Just to you know, pull in some more references to Back to the Future. I'm also giving her like a massive belt buckle in the shape of a actual hatch door for a small stove.
Yeah. Yeah. But the shape is coming along nicely.
So let's see. Should you have a cape?
Nah. I feel that she is much cooler without one.
Should she have a belt bag?
A pouch.
Yeah, or like an actual bag that would be
Uh.
larger. But I mean, accessorizing basically.
I'm looking at it and I'm trying to think.
Right now, I'm just giving her some gloves that kind of like go over the edge of the coat. Also, she's got these.
Yeah.
She's also got these elbow pads, but don't know if she's gonna have those. Um,
Hmm. I think they're good. I think they're good.
let's see, probably gonna do the same to the sleeves that I did to the pants. Just make it slightly more, well,
I I actually have an idea.
yeah.
I actually have an idea about she can have a backpack, but not on her, but behind.
Like on the ground.
Yeah,
So let's see if we're just
like
say we just put down a rock here. Tombs Foundry illustrations now with scenery. Oh yeah, she should have some more armor actually.
Oh,
Yeah, hip armor,
um,
more boilerplate.
what you could do then is that on her, like here on her lower torso,
Mm-hmm.
you can like stitch on a like piece of metal. To just like so that it moves with the legs, but it like covers. It's just one big piece. And you got some holes here where it's basically like tied on.
So like a metal skirt in a way, because it would have to flare out if she's gonna have mobility.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put this on you later because I'm slightly unsure how it will look.
How she's having her legs right now, it will basically be pointing up.
Yeah, so it would be.
Yes.
Actually, that would be even. Hmm.
Well, I want her armor to be very homemade.
Yeah, unsure about. Yeah, because I was thinking was like just plates that
Yeah,
was kind of like just.
what we can do is also like turn it into two plates. Um, so that you get the so you get two one plate per leg. Yeah, like that.
And then another one on this side that would just be strapped to her coat basically.
Yeah.
or not strapped, but maybe even sewn onto her coat.
Yeah. With sinews.
Yeah,
Probably.
something weird like that. Just
Sinews aren't weird. They're very,
they're very, very, very tough to break. Yeah.
yes. Unlike regular thread. I hope that anyone watches can see the difference in quality. And everybody agrees that the left side is the best side.
The left side is pretty damn good. I'm just trying to do it. Service. Okay, let's see.
You're doing great,
Let's
man.
see. Because I like the kind of stuff, I kind of want to give her a sash. Um,
A sash.
yeah, I'm just gonna put that. Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna put
Will
that.
it say Miss Orc?
No, no, not that kind of sash. No, like a sash like she would wear around her waist in a way, with a trail.
Uh-huh.
So it would just go down like this.
And that's tied to the
That's just tied.
Stovedore
It's tied.
belt buckle.
It's tied to her waist basically. It's just a long scarf she wears around her waist.
Yeah, but the stove door that is there is also connected to it.
Could be. Yeah, that could be. That could be.
Yeah,
That's the thing that holds the stove door in place.
yeah,
That could be.
yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. Now she's a religious warrior. But before we get to that,
I think
I'm gonna put down your little backpack.
yeah, I think more of a like local hero than a religious warrior in this society.
Okay, so but should she wear some sort of icon to her faith?
What would an orcish freedom fighter wear?
Some orcish version of the fleur de lis.
Oh, that's nice. How would that work?
Well, the fleur de lis does sort of
uh,
look like this.
yeah. Um,
So if we just jag it up,
turn it into teeth. Is the teeth delete? I'm thinking like three canines tied together. Like,
okay, so
yes, there we go.
something like that.
Yeah.
Should you have it tied onto the front of her armor, or should you have it like a smaller necklace? Like maybe like it's either is like there would have to be quite large canines, but but the question is how large would they be? Um,
Well, we have seen some of the bigger animals in this world.
they are redonkulous.
Exactly.
I'm just gonna delete those.
But yeah, I really like the idea of the fleur de lis being three sets of canines being tied together, and it feels orcish.
Yeah, it does. It does feel like it gets that tribal feel.
The orcs in this world are Frankish people who have evolved to a harsher reality.
They're definitely a
That
tribe.
sounds racist.
Well, we're not saying that all French people are orcs. We're just saying that all orcs are French.
Frankish, at least.
Frankish, Frankish, yes. Uh, I guess France as a nation doesn't exist in the same way. I don't think most of the nations exists in the same way.
Oof, I don't know. Like, I think like Occitan would exist. The question about Iberia, for example, like, do we have Aragon or is it Valencia, um, Castile,
I think Valencia
Portugal?
exists. I think
Valencia, yeah,
I think Valencia exists.
yeah. And then like, do we have Andalusia or is it Granada?
Yeah, I mean we're looking at a world that's basically around the 1700s in our timeline, more or less, in terms of evolution. Yeah. So
technological, at
yeah,
least.
Yeah, technologically speaking.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. I'm thinking more like it's probably yeah. Okay, so it's probably like technologically closer to the 1700s, early 1800s.
Yeah.
But it is earlier in real world time because technology has advanced much quicker.
Yeah.
So there's some sort of discrepancy of old culture and new things.
And
I do like her though. Let's see. Anyways, let's get to the holy symbol. Should she have
Germany
it?
does not exist.
No. Let's see. Should she have a necklace with the toothy with the fleur of the teeth?
Yeah.
So we'll just.
Yeah. I don't think it will be painted on anywhere.
I mean, tribal paint is definitely a thing.
It is.
And you know, her armor could be painted in tribal patterns.
I kind of want it to be just dark boilerplate metal.
Okay.
I feel that would be better. I feel that painting armor and such is more of a thing a noble house would do.
Ah, right. See, now we're directly going to world building here. That's nice. Okay, so she's got a little necklace with her fleur of the teeth, and she got some severely banged up armor. Let's see, I should probably give her weapons a little bit of love.
Yeah.
So let's see, it's the pin there. Single barrel, multiple barrels.
Single.
longer.
Nah, I like that it kind of looks like a
That's kind of snub-nosed.
snub-nosed blunderbuss.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna go with that. The flared approach.
Yeah.
Okay, flared, and then we're gonna put like nice wooden piece, go all the way down into the grip. Some need a finger guard.
Nope.
No finger
Don't
guard.
need a finger. Doesn't need that one. Could have one. Doesn't need it. Like, the finger
Okay.
guard is
Okay.
just there to make it less likely that you fire it by accident.
Bear with me, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Yes. Yes. This is good. This is good. It's not a finger guard.
It just doubles as a brass knuckle.
Yes.
Because even though this is a more traditional weapon in a Heroes of the Shielding sense,
It's still a Heroes of the Shielding weapon.
yes, it is. Also, we're not gonna have the rounded, nice there, but we're gonna have a little spike there, so she can really just pistol whip someone.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And then there's of course the metal bands holding the barrel together with the rest of the construction.
Actually, for a lot of European countries, the Heroes of the Shielding universe is post-apocalyptic
Yeah,
by definition.
it is. It is true. It is post-apocalyptic. I mean, by definition, yes. The world has definitely changed.
Society did collapse for many people.
Yes, it definitely did. So let's see. Get a little flint thing happening here.
Did REM create the happiest post-apocalyptic song ever?
It's the only.
Apocalyptic song.
No. No, they did not. No, they did not. They did not make the happiest post-apocalyptic song or apocalyptic song. Many of those are featured prominently in Fallout.
Why don't want to set the world on
fire? Yes, exactly. That is.
I just wanna
Yeah.
put the flame in your heart.
Exactly. I mean, that's the exact song I was thinking of too. So no, I would say that no, they didn't. They're close. They're close, but that's
I don't
probably
even
the
like.
REM.
I don't even like REM, to be honest.
No, neither do
But
I. But credit where credit's due,
yes.
and also no credit where it's not due. So no, I would definitely say that they come close, but they do not quite fit the bill. I don't know who made that song, but it is it's way too happy. Either way, I see that the time is now almost break time.
Yes.
Yeah. Which means
We've
that.
gotten far.
Oh yeah. This is going like a breeze. I mean, it always works to have good sketches to work off, you know.
Ah,
Yeah. So we will probably be taking a short break, only 10 minutes, and then we'll be
yep.
back with more dumbassery, I suppose.
Yes.
Yes.
More bad singing.
More bad singing. More invalid opinions.
Yes.
And least important of all, more art. So we will see you in 10.
Yeah.
Stay.
Remember to fact check us while we're on break.
Yes, please, because we cannot. We're not allowed.
We refuse to.
Yes. No Google for us. Unfiltered stupidity. Okay, we'll see you later.
Yeah.
That was a good break.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, in this break, we've gotten some more stuff to drink. That always helps.
Yep.
Also, I've had a look at this thing and have some thoughts about where to go next. But before we continue,
we have something fun to show.
Yes, we do. Because we've had a slight, a minor side project going. That is not game. Well, it's game related, but it's not a game.
It's game related.
It's game related.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's marketing.
It's marketing. That's what it is. Yes. Yes, we have been trying to make a small animation thing. Well, not really animation. It's fun, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is episode 1 of our little Evil 101 project.
Yeah.
Yeah. So enjoy.
Roll movie.
Polonium.
I'm here, oh evil one!
Good. You haven't some...
Is that you?
Of course it is me.
It's so dark. I can hardly see you.
I just like the lights dimmed this way.
The light switch's right there. I could just...
Keep your filthy hands on my perfectly dimmed lights.
Sorry.
You have been summoned to remind those dim-witted do-gooders at the DIC who runs this world.
Yes. That is us, right?
It is I. Take this. It contains your first target in Big Town. Now go!
Yes! Yeah!
So yeah, that was that.
Yeah.
Yes, featuring the voice talents of yours truly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
And we are currently working on some more of these because we wanted to expand on the Evil 101 universe.
Yeah. Because everything we do is somehow a universe.
It is.
Though Evil 101 and Heroes of Ceiling are interconnected.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Kinda.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Definitely the same multiverse.
Yes. They're multiversally connected.
They're universally adjacent.
Yes.
So yeah, we are planning to make more of them. Hopefully many more.
Yeah.
Yep. This was our small test.
And we are happy with it.
I mean, we think it's hilarious. Yes.
We're our own best critics.
Absolutely. We have never made a thing that we haven't liked. Aren't we the worst?
Yes. So yeah, Sean Dork.
Yes, back to Sean Dork. Yeah, had some thoughts during the break. Things that should be put in now, close to the end. Number one is, well, she does carry some impressive armaments right there.
She does.
Yes. So she needs to keep them somewhere. And I doubt she will keep them in her backpack.
Nah.
So first of all, we're going to go in and give her a holster for the gun.
Yes.
And I'm thinking like a nice holster that lies on the front, sort of like here.
Front-facing holster would be good.
Yeah, it would be like kind of reach down to a pocket to get your gun. So
yeah,
handy. So
which is the whole point of a holster.
It is. And let's see, gotta give it some good space for the special brass knuckle part of it.
I've also been thinking a bit about this creation here,
Yeah.
with this character. Have you heard about a game called Cataclysm: Dark Days Ahead?
I haven't. No.
Oh, well, it is one of those ASCII games that I
Oh.
sometimes play.
Oh.
And Cataclysm: Dark Days Ahead is set in modern day after some kind of cataclysm that never gets explained. It is basically a zombie survival game.
Oh.
Um,
Okay.
in many ways, uh, with the complexity of Dwarf Fortress.
Ah.
Yes.
Now I see the
Uh,
appeal. To you, that is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and one thing about this is that you could create a character that ended up looking like this in that game.
Ah, yes, infinite permutations.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Um, just a funny thought I had during the break.
So yeah, after you're done watching this, recreate Sean the Orc in your in a game close to you,
Oh.
if you want. Though I imagine that
Uh,
would probably be slightly difficult. I mean,
depends upon the game.
yeah, well, those kinds of games that like Dwarf Fortress and this one, which was what was the name?
Cataclysm: Dark Days Ahead, or
Cataclysm Dark
just
Days Ahead.
CDDA.
CDDA. Yeah,
Yeah.
nice little abbrev there. Um, yeah, they are incredibly complex.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
how much can you directly plan a character in games like that?
To a certain point. It kind of depends upon how you set up the seed.
Right?
Because it is a. We had a discussion about this yesterday with my brother, you and I,
Yeah, it's
about
procedurally generated.
yeah, it's procedurally generated. So it kind of depends upon what you find around the world
Yeah.
and what kind of skills you end up getting yourself. Uh, for example, to create the armor here, to find something that looks like it, you could maybe raid a mansion because they sometimes have medieval armor and weaponry. Or you could uh, just make stuff to increase your fabrication skill until you get to a point where you can make, for example, a boilerplate curious and bucket helmet. Um, so, like, to a certain point you can, but that also depends upon if you survive.
Yeah.
Which is very difficult in that game. I think the longest I've survived is half a year.
Oh damn. Well,
I've never gotten to winter.
It's a zombie apocalypse after all.
It is.
Oh, you'd be surprised how many things can kill you.
Oh, not only you can meet fungi people.
Oh, are they fun?
No, they can infect you with spores, and
That's not
turn
fun.
into one yourself. You can go into to underground laboratories and meet different scientific
Endings.
experiments.
That sounds great.
Everything from yeah, again, zombies to cybernetically enhanced creatures to robots. You can meet Migo.
Oh,
You know about them.
yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Um,
they are not the fungi. Zombie sharks, if you end up in water. And what would I call them? Dimension traveling creatures.
dimensional shamblers.
I don't know if they are there. I have not met them. Also, the reality can stop functioning. That
Oh.
can kill you.
Just straight up. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that can totally kill you. I mean, we have some experience with that
Yeah.
in real
Uh,
life.
yeah.
Yep.
Radiation, poisoning, a lot of stuff.
Excess use of microwaves.
Excess use of heroin.
That could do it. Yep.
Yeah.
Probably would do it in most cases.
Yeah. And if you're trying to break into a military compound, landmines,
Then you're dumb. So, you know,
they got good gear.
I am sure they have good gear. You just gotta know that it's probably not the most, you know.
You could get lucky and find a functioning helicopter.
You could also have regular luck get blown up by a landmine.
Yeah.
That just says something about desperation.
Oh, and giant ants. Giant acid ants. Giant ticks. The creature from The Thing. It like
So, The
it
Thing.
is a very yes. It's a really fun game when you get into it. I found a version that works on cell phones, but I never figured out how to use it on the cell phone.
Now this slightly up. Let's see.
You need to pull the screen a bit up.
Yeah, my bad. There we go. So let's see here. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Got a little side holster thing going on there. It's a slight hint of a scabbard for the falcata on the backside of her leg there. Her armor is in place.
Yep. Boots are looking great.
Yep. And do you like the little bucket handle
like-
detail?
Yes, I really like the little bucket handle detail. I was looking at it earlier.
Yeah. Her coat got a little turned down cuffs and some leather elbow protectors.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is mostly there.
Yeah.
So I think I will start blocking out her general shape.
Yeah.
Switch to random color. Yep.
I think that the armor should have the Jötul fireplace color.
Oh yeah,
Curious.
you just basically mean the dark black, dark gray.
Stöpjärn.
Yeah, cast iron.
Cast iron. Yes, that's the color. That's the word.
Yeah. Okay, before we get that far, I'm gonna start just blocking out the general shape of the character.
Let's see. I can't actually start doing that.
Yeah, you can
let's
start finding colors.
see. This. And let's go see. Edit colors. Okay. Alright.
Okay. General shape of a bucket. Just- There we go, and
I found out that paint has some fun brush types as well.
yeah, it's not the paint that we grew up with.
It's not. I'm kind of happy about it.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily suck. I mean, as a graphic designer, paint has actually come to my
Rescue.
yeah, many a time. Because it is so unassuming. You can pretty much open any kind of file in there. And sometimes I had clients that would give me files that were corrupted or wrong format, and all my other software we just couldn't possibly open it.
No.
So what do I do then? Yeah, I just open Paint and I open it in that. It doesn't care. I was like, is this a JPEG? Looks like a JPEG. It's probably a JPEG. Open it. There you go.
This unassuming paint.
Yeah. It's just like you ask it to do something simple within its little wheelhouse of things it can do, and it's like it will fucking try to do that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna give you any talk back. It's like, yeah, sure, yeah, I could give it a go. Yeah, like that. Yeah, perfect, cool. Yeah, great. Don't uninstall me. It's like I would never uninstall you, buddy. I would never uninstall you.
There was a webcomics in the late 90s called Phlegm Comics. It was created purely in Paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you could. That was everything.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, no. Back in the day when I was very active in the comics industry and the community, there was frequently something just called Paint Comics.
Yeah.
That was like a common denominator for very shitty comics that were made by people with no skill.
Oh, people like me.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
Come on.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, it was basically just stick figures and absolutely no story going on. It was more like just a general sign of not knowing what the fuck you were doing in any shape or sense. So it became like this, just a symbol of shittiness, which is sad, you know.
Paint deserves better than that.
Yes, it shouldn't be used by these shitty people. I remember once, I was in the process of trying to finish my degree, and I was also making a weird comic at the time.
Yeah.
This is early years,
which is not a paint comic.
No, but that one comic strip was, because my computer blew up in my lab as I was working. And I was, well, I lost a lot of my work that was going towards my degree.
Yeah.
And a whole slew of my files. It was basically just an overload, electrical overload.
Oh, shit.
So it fried parts of the hard drive too, so I couldn't get everything off it. But I was supposed to be making a comics update just around that time too, so I got to borrow someone's computer to make the comic, and I made it entirely in Paint. To the point where I just clearly showed that it was Paint.
Yeah.
Because part of the layout of the comic was the Paint interface.
Oh.
Yeah, just tools and everything. I was like, yeah, this is what happened. This happened to my computer. It was basically just a wordless comic about my computer blowing up.
Sounds like one of the Øystein's Sanna.
Yeah.
Which is a very funny Norwegian comic creator. He actually teaches comics, I think. Or he used to, at least.
I would not be surprised.
At the... Oh, which school is it?
Virkelig?
Yeah. But I think he's gone over to video game design now.
Which is super interesting.
Yeah. Well, I really liked the first game. He was the art designer, or not art design, artist for. Where, what was it called? Basically, you die, but you have to still move your body around.
Manuel Samuel.
Manuel Samuel, yes. Oh, that was a fun game.
Yeah, it was.
I am not sure about my color choices.
That just means that Sean Dork was never sure about their color choices. Because I'm just saying that whatever you're doing right now, that's gonna stick.
Oh, fuck. Control set. Control set.
That's the agreement that we have gone into here.
Oh, what? Oh, jeez.
This is a collaboration.
It is.
A team building exercise.
Do we need more of those?
Probably not. If there's anything that's solid among us, it's the team. So we know exactly when to riff on each other and when not to. So yeah, I think we're good for the team building. And if anyone wonders, what time is okay to riff on us? If you're us, all the time. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Unless someone's having an exceptionally bad day.
Then you apologize afterwards.
Yes, well, it depends. It depends. Like,
yeah.
if we have a game set up and there's lots of pieces on the board and everything, and there's a table involved, and you want to keep the table and the board and everything as it was, and probably don't fuck with a person at that point.
No, especially
right?
If they tell you that they're having a bad day.
Like, yeah, explicitly, like in no uncertain terms. Like, yeah, this is a bad day. Yeah, this is a very bad day. Like, really? Let us check this argument. This has to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt.
Doubt removed.
Turns out he was having a very bad day.
Yeah, I am gonna self-promote a tiny bit here too.
Oh yeah.
After this stream, you can go to twitch.tv/Captain and there will be a Crusader Kings stream. Because there came out a new DLC today, and I really want to try it.
And I'm gonna be there too, hopefully.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun on a bun.
Maybe we'll play in France. What was... Huh. Did I say anything that sounded like "Hey Google"?
No.
Because my Google Nest just talked to me.
Yeah, it does that sometimes.
Sometimes it does that. Yeah, I am not sure about the pants, so...
I mean, it is worth mentioning that when you are doing art, you
Yeah.
are allowed to use Google for picture references.
Yeah. I know.
Just not facts.
Just not facts. Let's see. Oh.
But let's see. When you go back to old time France, it was blue and gold, wasn't it? Mostly.
That was the colors of the Frankish throne, yeah.
So,
Which they still are, kinda, like the royalist parts of France. Seeing the
what if?
yeah.
What if Sean d'Orc is actually fighting for the new goal?
Ooh. I like that. What would their colors be?
Green and gold.
Green and... Yeah. I could go for that. Well, we already have the gold.
Are you talking about the thing I've just put down?
Yeah.
No, yeah. Ah, no. Yeah, no.
She has a little friend called Asterix. And a big friend called Obelix.
Maybe she has an X name. I mean, it wouldn't
Sean
work.
X the Orc.
It wouldn't necessarily work though, would it? I mean, it would be Celtic derived.
Brythonic.
Brittonic, yeah.
I am not good enough when it comes to Celtic Brythonic to
Or anyone.
the Welsh.
Yeah. No, but it's like you have the ith and the n.
Branthwal Branthwal Doc Gorkathon.
Stuff like that.
I probably, if anyone, yeah, no one from Wales or Brittany is gonna see this.
Well, who knows?
Uh, if you're from Brittany or Wales, send us a message, and I'll apologize.
Alternatively, you could also, if you're so inclined, make a name suggestion
Yes.
in like Brittonic
Yeah.
or Welsh or something like that, or if there's any specific dialect that's survived and like related to Gaulish.
We are very interested.
Yes, we are. I mean, we just came up with the idea, but
I've felt my interests peak when that idea showed up.
so she is an orc.
Yeah.
Or at least something very much resembling an orc.
Our orcs do not have to look like J.R.R. Tolkien's orcs.
Or Warcraft orcs.
No.
Which are the two most prevalent types of orcs in popular media.
Yep.
Could also mention the Warhammer orcs, of course.
They're fungi.
They're fungi. They're very fun guys.
Yes.
I do love that about them.
Same. Do you know what my favorite type of goblin is?
Oh no.
Pathfinder.
The Pathfinder goblins.
Yeah, just a big mouth. Pointy teeth, big mouth.
Are those the ones with the like very rounded heads?
Yes.
Oh.
Kind of looks like a rugby ball.
Yeah.
I love them. They just look so mischievously evil.
And they fucking are.
Yeah.
When it comes to goblins, for me, it's probably actually the Warhammer kind.
They're fun too, but
They're a lot more
they don't-
cartoony, though. I mean,
yeah, they don't have that same charm for me. Even though I do love them. And their socialist rebellion in Warhammer 40k. There is a planet, an orc planet, where you basically have Goblin Che Guevara.
yeah.
Because of course. And people take that setting seriously.
I mean, Warcraft goblins, I think they're great because they are just unabashedly out to get your money.
Mm.
They're crafty little buggers. They all speak with New Jersey or New Yorker accents. And I mean, one of their pickup lines is basically just the sound of coins. I used to play one back when I used to actually play it.
Yeah.
And it was just tragic, the stuff that guy went through. And in my own head canon, I just made it out that he was at least convinced that he was partially directly responsible for the destruction of the world. because the entire starting area for the goblins is basically their own little secluded island off the ocean somewhere, where they have a fully fledged goblin society.
Yeah.
They have cars and everything, you know, and they even have some semblance of
They're
rugby.
they're the techie horde.
Yeah, they
group.
are. They're comparable to the goblins, to the gnomes. Just never tell
Yeah.
them that. And they have this entire society which is just filled with all sorts of detritus, and they fucked up their island so hard. It's a cesspool of
Rampant industrialism.
yes, and you are basically being groomed to be like the next trade prince or something like that.
Yeah.
And you go to this rugby match thing, and as you're like playing the rugby match, a giant ass fucking dragon flies overhead, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is that?" And it just so happens that this is probably an accident of the camera or whatever, but it flies directly in the path of the ball you just shot out of a cannon. So I've always been like, did I actually hit that dragon? Is that the reason why I got pissed off? Is that the reason why it destroyed my fucking island?
Yes.
I mean, probably not, but it makes for a funner story, like more fun story that way.
It does.
And then, of course, you know, after that initial shock, you have to go out into the world, and you become shipwrecked, and there's like goddamn cannibals, and shit just keeps getting worse and worse. Eventually, you get drafted into the goddamn horde, and then there's a whole fucking war going on, and you're being sent somewhere, and you become like a general somewhere. This is early game, by the way. Yeah, this is a very early game. You're a general.
Yeah.
And you're fighting the Alliance over this valley because of the resources and whatnot, and you just keep increasing in rank and everything, and then you're suddenly like supposed to be getting a bomb
Yeah.
over to a certain point, because we're gonna have to fight back here. We're gonna have to just really bring it to them. And it turns out the bomb is going to a school. A school for druids.
horrible.
A school for druids. Both Horde.
Okay, they're hippies. It's not that bad.
Both Horde and Alliance druids.
They're hippies. It's okay.
And you nuke it. It's a goddamn nuke. You nuke the school. And your war chief, who is like a super over-the-top aggro asshole of an orc,
Yeah.
in comparison to Thrall, which is like very chill.
Yeah.
He comes in there and he's like, "You did fucking what?" And he straight up just grabs like your commanding officer by the neck and throws him off a cliff.
Oh.
And then he looks to you and like, "Yeah, I know you took orders, but motherfucker." I'm like still there like, yeah, I already felt shame, but this giant douche nozzle of a war chief is stood there and berating me for obvious war crimes. This is bad.
You're Canadian.
Yeah.
No. Not as in sorry. As in the reason why we have the Geneva Conventions.
Yeah, it's like this is just there's no goddamn surviving this. I mean, my honor is goddamn shot. Now, I'm responsible for destroying my goddamn island. I come over here and I keep on doing bad things. Why is this? And then as the story progresses, I mean, this sweet little goblin dude, I mean, he's been dragged all over Azeroth, and
Yeah.
finally, I mean, the entire conflict with the Alliance comes to a head.
Yes.
Of course it would. That's
Of
just
course.
how it goes.
Yes.
But it comes to a head in such a way that you carpet bomb, you firebomb the Night Elf's tree.
Ah,
You completely destroy the world tree.
that a demon couldn't even destroy.
Oh, this is the second. This is the first tree was already destroyed like years ago.
Oh.
That's because because of this, the world is pretty much fucked. And now it's like, no, we've invaded this shit place just off the coast here, and we are having like a weeks long battle, and this was in real time, weeks long battle.
Yeah.
Keep going back there and fighting for the cause. And then the new war chief basically like, yeah, well, we're gonna finish this shit now, and carpet bombs the entire goddamn island,
Yeah.
making that place no longer part of the map forever.
Uh-huh.
And I was stood there. I was like, I've done that, I've done this, and now this. And I literally, me and my friend Zola, we went, we just flew off into the forest, found a rock, and we both sat down like, why are we fighting? What is this? Everyone loved this. What's wrong with people? It just goes to show. I mean, any game is only as good as the amount of immersion you manage to put in by yourself.
Yes.
Because I'm quite sure that several others, I mean, millions of others have played this exact scenario and probably didn't necessarily see this the same way. I mean, we were having flaming matches in the chat at the point. People going pro and con for bombing the Night Elves back to the Stone Age. And I mean, I was on the what the fuck are we doing, man, side of it. And Sylvanas is a complete crazy person. What is this? No! Strength to the Horde! Alliance gotta pay! It's like, what have they ever actually done to you? We got our own goddamn continent here. You just want to fucking fight. I mean, eventually
You got slavery.
we got peons.
Yeah. No, but the after Warcraft 1.
Yeah.
No, Warcraft 2 it was. Then the orcs on the losing side got turned into slaves by the Alliance.
Yeah, Thrall was part of that.
Yeah.
That's where it got his name.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's like, at this point, it's like, there's not a lot of people who remember this. I mean, essentially, every single player, they're too young to remember that time. So it's generational. It's generational trauma.
Yeah.
And I mean, Thrall, he's not in the picture at this point. He has gone off to try to do some other things.
Yeah.
And
Being the greatest hero of Azeroth.
yep, pretty much. And trying to figure out, like, not only Azeroth but other things too. I mean, he's trying to fix like his entire goddamn people back in Draenor too.
Yeah. And there's the space elves that showed up.
Are you talking about Void Elves? Or
I
are
don't
you
know.
actually thinking about the Draenei?
probably Draenei.
Yeah, the Draenei came. It was the second installment, and the Draenei are kind of like a slightly buffer version of a tiefling in a way.
Yeah. Like the bad guy from Warcraft 3.
He was one of their
Before he-
species.
Yeah, before he became a demon.
Mm. Also, that assassin, the orc assassin, what's her name again? Was it Gamora?
That's Guardians of the Galaxy.
It was very close to that. Either way, orc assassin. She was half Draenei.
Half Draenei.
Yeah.
Ah. Yeah. But
Didn't stop her from becoming a goddamn badass though.
nah. But what are the Void Elves?
They are. I never played one, so I haven't really looked into the lore. I usually just. They came about. They were introduced to the game around the time where I quit.
Yeah.
So I think they are essentially a type of elf that basically just came into the world from somewhere else. But I don't know enough of who they are culture-wise and where they fit in. I know that there are a couple of there's like, I don't know, maybe 4 or maybe even 5 types of elves.
Alright, you got regular elves, you got dark elves, you got blood elves, you got wood elves, void elves.
Yeah, well, you have blood elves. Those are essentially the high elves now.
Yeah.
Because they're using blood magic.
Yeah.
And getting high off arcane.
Yeah.
Because when their tree went to shit, then that's what they had to go by to even get their powers back. And you also meet like members of their society which are like completely destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially arcane magic works like crack.
Yeah.
So if they don't get it, then they get
the shakes.
They really get the shakes. They die from it if they don't get it.
Yeah. That's what the shakes do to you.
Yeah, it's really bad, like literal withdrawal. And
it's like,
yeah,
severe alcohol withdrawal.
Yeah, and then I think you have I think there are moon elves or something like that.
Aren't those the dark elves?
No, the night elves. The night elves are like forest elves.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, kind of gangly and stuff.
Yeah.
Much taller and feral looking than blood elves and high elves. But you have moon elves, I think they were called. They've been secluded in their city for like 10,000 years.
Yeah.
They are like a mix between the two. Kind of look the same. Kind of look similar to the night elves, only they are much lighter. But then I wonder if there are also dark elves.
Yeah, because when I'm talking about dark elves, I'm talking about the elves in Warcraft 3, where you have they have the moon pools and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, those the moon pools. Yeah, the moon pools. That's the night elves.
That's the night elves.
Now there is stuff I've forgotten because I'm not sure if they're called moon elves, but there is definitely a different kind of elf, and you only get to play them if you have finished a part of their storyline.
Ah,
And that was like in the Legion expansion, which is 2 or 3 expansions ago now.
yeah, that's the where you follow the elf that has been blinded, got demon wings, and hunts down demons.
Yeah, you
Whatever his name was. Was that
yeah,
was not Simonis.
I don't remember.
No.
He's a big name character though.
Yeah, he's a big named character.
Yeah, he
I
really
think
is.
he's in Warcraft 2 and 3.
Yeah, he's definitely in Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
I don't
You
remember.
break him out from prison in 3.
Yeah, and you get to you get to play his like the demon slayer
Yeah.
class, which is basically his thing.
He was my favorite when Warcraft 3 came out because he was edgy. And I was an edgy teenager.
Yeah, so was I. So was I. There's a lot of sense to what you just said.
An edgy nerd teenager.
Not a contradiction in terms at all. Complete with arrogance.
Yes.
Yes. Oh yeah, no. Oh god.
Oh, oof.
So many shameful fucking things that has been said and done.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh god.
pain.
Oh dear lord, someone save me from this memory. Oh. No.
Oh, felt emo. Might delete this.
Oh LJ, you're the only one who understands me.
Oh. The early 2000s.
But back to
No,
back to
late
Warcraft.
90s, early 2000s. Yeah.
There's another form of elf that no one really mentions.
Oh,
Yes, because they're called something else entirely.
trolls?
Yeah,
That's because the trolls are cool.
trolls are very cool. Nah, when I was playing it a lot, then I definitely went into that lore part there just to figure more shit out. And yeah, trolls are proto-elves.
Huh.
They're what the elves started off as.
Ah. So it's the opposite from J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yeah, in a way. They were they basically rule the world.
Yeah.
And they later evolved into night elves, which later then evolved into high elves. And they also made the goblins
Ah.
by enslaving and changing pygmies
Ah. How wonderful.
as a servitor race.
Yes. I like the Warcraft trolls
I think they're very
because
cool.
yeah, they're not stereotypical trolls, and this is coming from someone from the Nordic.
Yeah,
Um, and I like Nordic trolls. I do not like so much the Central European trolls.
I don't know much about the Central European trolls.
They're more ogres.
Oh, right. So more what we would call giants.
Yeah.
Right.
They're not these like you got a lot of different types of Nordic trolls. A lot of them, because nobody could ever agree what a troll was.
Yeah.
It's like how the Norse elves became the dwarves. Um,
Yeah, because of black elves.
yeah,
Yeah.
suddenly they were dwarves. But before that, you had black elves and you had dwarves. But like you got your trolls the size of a mountain. You got the forest trolls that have the moss growing on them. Sometimes they have 2 heads. Sometimes they have 3 heads and they share 1 eye in between them. Like, they are creative.
Yeah, they're chaotic.
Yeah. Maybe you can trick one of them to an eating contest and make him cut his own stomach open.
Maybe.
Um, if you're the Nordic version of Jack.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, there are so many different types, and they all have their own thing.
That they sure do.
Yeah. And like, you got Dovregubben, for example. A very modern troll, because I do believe that it was a creation of Edvard Grieg.
Yeah, it was it was forged in the era of Romanticism, so yeah,
Yeah,
it would be very
Uh,
new.
yeah. Like, he's more of a classic troll in his design. Lives under the ground, turns to stone if touched by the sun. Has a court under the mountains. Father of the Huldar. And very human-like,
Mm.
but still not. And I believe it's from there you have those tourist trolls.
Well, those, but you also have the illustrations of Theodor Kittelsen.
Yeah,
Those have really cemented a lot of how trolls look in Norway.
Yeah, but like Theodor Kittelsen didn't draw all the trolls the same way.
No, but he did have some things that just became more popular than others.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I really like. Didn't he also do a lot of woodworking?
I'm not
Like
sure. I hope
wood
he did.
carving?
I hope he did. I mean, I've seen several prints and stuff, so I
Yeah.
would not be surprised that he actually made the cuts as well.
Yeah, and then printed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there you have one of the like Norwegian greats when it comes to romantic art.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, like the tourist trolls, like kind of childlike, big belly, big head, big hair.
Yeah.
Um,
Little cow tail thing, and
yeah, I always thought them as the tussar.
the small ones I would definitely call that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because we do have those two things. I mean, we say Tusser and Troll,
yeah,
meaning there's a difference.
like orcs and goblins.
Kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't actually have orcs.
No, we don't. We do not. We
There-
have goblins though.
we have goblins and gnomes.
Yeah. And everything in between.
Not many fairies in Norway, though.
A lot of them are Fae related.
Yeah, we have fae, but we don't have fairies.
No, we don't have fairies.
But we
I would
do have. I mean, you have. I mean,
I would
I
classify Nukken as a Fae.
I think he's fae. I
Yeah,
think
like-
he's like in the same general family as Huldra.
Yeah, kind of. Definitely a shape changer.
Yeah, shape changer, water dwelling,
Sign of death.
musician,
A very good violinist
like
or fiddler.
fantastic. But that's basically like a Norwegian Jenny Greensleeves in a way.
Yeah.
And then we have
Very related to the Nixie of Germanic and Slavic.
oh yeah,
folklore.
yeah. Also, we do have some things. I mean, you know, hives when you're exposed to cold temperatures or whatever, and you get like rashes and stuff.
Yep.
The Norwegian name for
Had
that.
them.
Yeah, I have it all the time. I'm allergic to cold,
Yeah.
which sucks when you're Norwegian, but there you go.
Yeah.
Those are called elveblest in our tongue.
Yeah. Yep.
Which basically means the breath of elves.
Yeah. Or river breath.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. But yeah, Breath of Elves. I was thinking of something. It disappeared. Yeah, I also have not Googled the name of the Australian Outback Outlaw.
Oh, we've technically not been off stream yet, so.
No. But I was thinking of a creature, a Nordic creature. Yeah. You know Ronja Rövardotter?
Oh yes.
Yes. You know the flying creature?
Yeah.
From that story. What are those? It's like a Scandinavian harpy of
yeah,
some kind.
it is. It's almost like a Valkyrie in a way.
Yeah, but not. Well, maybe because it does show up screaming death.
It's also looking for children, but I don't know what that is. If that is something that's uniquely Swedish or just something that
It might
Astrid
be.
Lindgren made up.
Well, if Astrid Lindgren made it up, it's still uniquely Swedish.
Yes, but is it folklore in that same respect? You know, like we could say that. Yeah, sure.
This might sound kind of silly, but in today, like this day and age, if Astrid Lindgren created it, it is kind of folklore in Sweden.
Well,
And
the thing is, like, there's no. Doesn't that depend if there's like historically stories about these things coming to take you and whatever? I mean that there is some correlation between what people actually believed.
Yeah,
to be
probably.
True.
I just love Astrid Lindgren that much.
Yeah, I mean, I would love for one of her creations to be considered, like actual, like, well, true
folklore.
True folklore. That would be cool. It would be awesome.
Yeah.
But I'm just questioning the validity of it, since it's like several of these things. I mean, you wouldn't say that orcs are folklore.
Nah. kobolds, though.
Kobolds are
They
folklore.
Yeah. They're just German goblins.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, you're right. Now I want to go through the Brothers Lionheart again.
Oh god, that is so depressing.
It's such a sad but beautiful story.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
It's so
depressing.
beautiful, so sad.
Oh god, I mean that was like that's a sucker punch of a story.
Yeah.
There's like no part of that story that was like very, very happy.
No.
I mean,
It's about the children dying.
yeah. It is.
Of course. It's about children dying and coming to terms with death. Of course, it's not a happy story.
Well, that's Scandinavian childhood for you, right there. Yeah.
But it's so beautiful at the same time.
It's highly recommended.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
if you're a parent, you haven't heard of this, you might want to watch it before you show it to your kids, but it's a beautiful
No.
story.
Cry with your children.
Or do that. No, that's. But we grew up with that stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, we grew up with stuff that would be considered weird today,
Oh, of course.
like animals of farthing wood.
Also super sad and wonderful at the same time.
Yeah, I mean that thing was basically our Game of Thrones.
Which animal dies in this episode? Will the snake eat any of the mice?
Speaking of which, I saw the first hedgehog of the season.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it was on the road.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it really wasn't. I was like, that's a shame.
Yeah.
It's like, god damn it, that's the first one I saw this year, and it was like, oh, already roadkill. God.
Yeah.
I can't believe that we have actually gone to the point where these are endangered because we are driving cars.
Yeah, like, you can see them when you're driving. You can slow down and drive around them. It is possible.
Yeah, it is. Still not happening.
Now I'm sad.
Yeah, that also reminds me of a comic of a Gaston comic. Yeah, one of his friends was really depressed, and they decided they were gonna take him for a drive out in the countryside and everything, and he just ended up being even more depressed because they kept driving by all these dead hedgehogs in the road.
I love Gaston Lagaffe. Like, even though that comic is set in like 60s France, a lot of the things that's there still fit the youth of the early 2010s.
Yeah, it does. But it's like, I also have a feeling that while it starts off as that, I mean, they just tend to evolve, and then they start getting more with the times in a way.
Yeah.
Kind of like Young Spirou.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the same. That's like basically like 1950s or something like that.
Yeah. Late 40s.
Late 40s, something like that. And but the subjects, the way that things happen, the technology, like youth trends, everything just kind of tracks with more modern age rather than that age.
Yeah, but the difference here being that Gaston Lagaffe was made in the 80s, I want to say.
Yeah, probably. Probably
Uh,
80s,
speak,
yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Speaking of, Spiro is now allowed to use him again.
what?
Spiro is now allowed to use Gaston Lagaffe again.
Oh,
The rights went into Creative Commons because we don't have American copyright laws.
that can apparently save a mouse from being used for 100 years.
Yeah. Oh, that is a nice shade of gold. Yeah, I know that you're just doing highlights, not highlights, but shadows and lighting and stuff now.
Yeah, it's this is basically like modeling with light, more or less.
Yeah. With magical light that comes from everywhere and nowhere at once.
Yes, a very difficult concept to get behind.
It's not how it works. But no. I need to read the last issues of Hellraiser, Hellblazer that I bought, so I can buy more. Get all the Vertigo comics of Constantine.
Yeah, you're working on getting like a complete set, aren't you?
Yeah, but it's going slowly.
Well, it would be. I mean, there's quite a bit of it.
It's quite a bit of it, and it's been a while since I got any new ones because economy
Yep.
being a thing.
That's being forced onto us, yes.
Yes. But yeah, other than that, like, I need to get back into comics properly again.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Um,
I kind of
did
fell
I?
off it.
Yeah, did I? Did I lend you the latest Krieger and Krog?
No, you didn't.
Ah, shit. Need to do that. It's super good. Einar Gerhardsnes there. Krieger and Krog is a Norwegian webcomic where, not webcomic, it's a Norwegian comic where it's set in the 60s Norway, where you have two agents of, they're not supernatural kind, but they check out things that the government are not able to explain properly. And in it, they have a lot of old Norwegian political figures.
Because it's set in the 60s.
Yeah. And it's set in our world. But it's really cool. It's very French-Belgian in its style.
The creators made like a huge point out of really trying to recreate Oslo from the 1960s in the comics. So they dove into all sorts of public records and stuff to get proper references to figure out how the city actually looked back then.
Yeah. They've done a good job with it too.
Yeah, they have.
Like, not that I know how Oslo looked like in the 60s, but
people who actually
it
do
looks
know
good.
have commented on it and given
Yeah.
praise for it. because it's almost like a historical work in that case, because it really does illustrate how our nation's capital looked at that time.
And how much has changed.
Yes, and I'm gonna be honest and say that I don't really care about Oslo.
Nah, it's the other side of the country.
Yeah, I mean
There are,
it's the same with us as with most people in the world. Our capital isn't necessarily a perfect reflection of the nation.
nah,
I mean, like Parisians and French people are different,
yeah,
and Londoners are different from English people.
yeah.
That's just how it is.
And no one is born in Oslo. It's just people from all around the country that moves to Oslo.
Then you do meet someone that is actually from Oslo, and then you're like, hmm.
You exist. Like, the joke is that a person from wherever it is in the country that you're from go to Oslo to visit, you will mostly find people from that area that you are from.
Yeah.
And
And it's probably very correct when they say that, like, yeah, people from our general region of the country are well represented. But that's probably
Yep.
because we are very loud.
Yeah, but like, there are more Sami people living in Oslo.
Than there are actually
That
where they originally came from. Yeah,
yeah,
it is true.
like there are more Sami people in Oslo than there is up north.
Well, they have to be in the seats of power.
Hey, they deserve it.
They have to. I mean, we all know what happens if they're not.
Oh yeah, Norway is currently being sued for human rights violations because of that.
Mm,
Deservedly so.
yeah. We have not been overly kind to our indigenous
Sami.
people
Yeah,
because they're indigenous.
they are. They are our indigenous people, and they deserve all the rights that they have, and more.
Yes, and more. We're
Now, but
we're we're
currently
we're,
it
we're
is,
Germanic, basically. So
yeah. Currently, we're being sued because of wind farms stealing reindeer feeding territory that the Sami people use.
yeah, which is something that they're both culturally and societally dependent on.
Yeah. But on that note, I see that we have about 5 minutes left.
Yes, we do.
And that means that I should remind everybody that you can check us out on our social medias on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Discord. Yes. And we have a website.
We still do.
We still do. We haven't added it on our bottom here, but we do. It's tombsfoundry.no.
It was the first piece of social media platform that we ever created,
Yes.
which is kind of contrary to how most people do it these days. But no, that's us, I suppose.
Yes. You can check us out on Facebook, on facebook.com/tombsfoundry, on Instagram @tombsfoundry, on YouTube @tombsfoundry, or youtube.com/tombsfoundry. Yeah, our Discord link is Twitch. No, that's not. That's our Twitch link, twitch.tv/tombsfoundry. Our Discord link is tombsfoundry.no/discord. And we've gotten pretty far today.
Yes, we have. We've gotten far enough to actually see where this thing is going, and
Yeah.
it's pretty blocked out at this point.
Yeah.
That's
Nice
where it is.
post.
Nice gear. There's lots of culture in there. And we even settled some things about this person's background,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
It is.
We also copped out completely by not showing the face. So, what is an orc? We don't know.
Nope. But I also do feel that it gives like this post-apocalyptic knightly vibe to it.
Yeah, it's like a faux knight, but
Yeah.
not as pathetic as Don Quixote.
Nah.
Also, next time start working on this, eventually get to the point where we're gonna flesh it out a little bit, get some more detailed work in. Right now, just working on the shading so that it'll have some shape. But we'll also go back in and take back in some of the detail that disappeared from the sketch.
Yeah.
Cause,
And it's definitely a woman.
it is definitely a woman. There. Done.
What? What did you do?
I just selected the sketch and I inverted the colors.
Oh.
Which looked way better than it should, to be honest. But yeah, there we go.
This is so cool.
Yeah. So this is as far as we got this time, which is quite far.
Yeah.
Doing what I just did, I think I'm just gonna use the sketch and just fix it up a little bit here and there. But basically, I mean, that gives a very good indication of what this person eventually is gonna be.
Yeah.
I really like her. I've been curious to see who this person is for several years now.
Yeah. Now we have a good idea.
Yeah. Now we actually have an idea who this person is.
It's a swashbuckling knight.
It's a swashbuckling knight, which was a thing.
It was actually, yes.
Yes, it was a
But this
thing.
one does not use a rapier. This one uses a very brutal falcata.
Yes. But knights in full armor used guns.
Yeah, they did. But yeah.
And their armors could repel bullets.
Yeah. Up to a certain point.
Oh, very well.
That's why you had the Australian outback outlaw using using metal armor.
Yeah, but this is great. Next Thursday, I'm guessing.
Probably.
We're gonna continue this bucket night, and eventually, we're probably gonna start seeing some traces of culture and heritage in here as well.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pretty cool.
I
So I'm looking
really
forward to
love-
that.
Yeah. I really love the teeth fleur-de-lis.
Yeah, that's a super nice detail.
Yeah.
It's a very nice. What is it? I want to say it's not a homage, but it's a nice interpretation. It's a nice interpretation of a known object and making it into something else.
Yeah.
Giving it an entirely new connotation.
Yeah.
I really like that. This she turned out better than I could expect, than I dared hope.
Yep.
I would have to say, thank you very much to it for your extremely valuable input. Oh no, this. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding because this is like the perfect way for me in this case to get out of my headspace and just try on something completely different and see where it goes. And I quite like this. This is gonna be great when it's done, and
it is.
So yeah, until next time, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play games.
Consume media. Have a ball.
Live life. Touch grass.
And mostly of all, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.